This is Heavy Conversation with Bruce and Jody, a podcast where we talk about being a big guy in today's world. I'm Bruce. And I'm Jody. Here we go.
Here we go.
All right, here we go. All right, here we go.
I'm really excited about this because today we're going to do something that's pretty momentous. We are going to solve all of the problems that we have with plus size clothing.
All of them.
All of them.
The problems.
Today, that's the goal. In the next 30 minutes, we will have the industry figured out.
You're going to be so glad you joined us today.
At the least, you'll get an earful of what we like, what we don't like, and probably some solutions, things that we think could change and fix that. And I think, Jody, one of the things that I really like about Bearskin is that you guys are thinking about those problems and trying to address those.
That was like a major thing when we first started, was like, I'm having this issue. Other guys, I can't be the only one,
right?
You know, so why is this a problem? Why aren't other people trying to solve this problem?
And so many good things come out of frustration. I mean, when I started Chubster, it was that. Yeah. It was, I can't find anything that I actually want to wear that fits me. Time to complain.
Right.
So that's kind of where I think when you start with some kind of problem, you're trying to solve a problem, it's a good place to be. And I wouldn't say that the problems have been solved across the industry.
Yeah, I still see some issues and some places for improvement. I would say that.
Definitely. Yeah. Maybe we should talk a little bit about some of the problems that we see, some of the problems that we experience. And so, Jody, you're taller than me. So I'm guessing there are tall guy problems in addition to big guy problems.
Yeah. Because try to get the shirt that fits around your belly. For me, my belly is where I have the fit problem. But then it's like, I want it to be, sometimes it's weird because it's either not quite long enough or it's like I'm wearing a dress long.
Right.
I don't need the like XLT or the 3XLT or 2XLT. I don't need the tall necessarily, but sometimes I like that little bit of extra to cover the little belly that sometimes will peek out on your t-shirts. And
I think that and this is in my mind what I'm thinking that some of these designers are doing is they're looking at it and they're going, okay, they have the customer has a bigger belly, so we need to add extra fabric. So if it is very close to an XLT, that's going to be okay because it'll drape over the gut. That is wrong.
No.
It does not work that way.
Because it goes out. Your belly pushes it out. So then it's not long enough in the front.
Totally.
But I don't need a yard of extra fabric. I just need a couple inches of extra fabric for me.
And it kills me when you find a shirt with, say, a great pattern and you love this shirt and you know that this is going to be the one and you order it and you put it on and it's like a nightgown. It just,
the fit, I don't know what fit models they're using sometimes for these shirts and things.
It's funny. And one of my problems, one of the problems that I run into is, I'm short and wide and I have T-Rex arms. So, I will run into things where, the shirt is too long on me. It'll be too long in the arms or, it won't quite fit just right in the shoulders or, all of these little problems.
Too many. If it was one, a lot of times, because I have it where they're too short a lot of times on the arm. So I'm too warm anyway. So I normally just kind of roll them up to my elbow or like whatever, fold them up, zhuzh them up to my arms. And then it's like, that's just how I do all my shirts now.
Right.
Like regardless if they fit me, that's just like, I'm too warm anyway. So it kind of gives me some breathing room.
So I think fit is a big problem, and I think part of it is that there are a lot of companies out there that are making what they call, big and tall or plus size or extended size clothing, but they aren't. It's like you said, the fit models and the people that they're basing the clothes off of aren't necessarily big. They might be upsizing things from a much smaller model.
Yeah, they're just using their standard sizing and then they just doubling it or whatever, to get the bigger sizes instead of starting again from wherever, like the XL or 2XL, and then going from there.
Right. And after a certain size, your body doesn't expand.
It doesn't grow. Yeah. When we first started, our very first line, I think we got some samples and we're like, what the heck did we do? Because it was like, oh yeah, you just, every size gets a little bit bigger. And then we're like, wait, you don't get longer just because you're bigger around. You don't get taller.
Right.
That much taller. It's weird. Yeah.
Right. So the goal here is that companies need to be designing clothes based on bigger fit models, bigger bodies, using real world examples of what bodies do after they expand to a certain size.
Yeah. You can't just use a football player or a whatever, quarterback, whoever lineman kind of guy. You need an actual guy that has a belly,
Right.
But big guys are big in so many different ways. That was another thing that we came into. Like some big guys have big bellies. Some guys have big butts or big legs, and some guys have no butt. Or it's like all over the place. It's so much more complicated than you sometimes think. Because it's like, okay, where big leg or not a big leg. Yeah.
Yeah. And
small guys, they're all kind of in an XL, they're all kind of basically the same, or
and it works.
A large, they're all basically have the same size. But then big guys, like I said, or some guys wear their pants over their bellies. There's all those different kind of considerations that you have to think about too.
Yeah, and when it comes to pants and underwear, for me, it's I'm one of the assless, so I have that problem of things not always staying up or fitting the way that they should, and I've got a belly but no ass, so it's it's kind of that kind of proportion, and you just run into these problems. And another thing is I'm working through Chubster, we're working on a new series that kind of takes a look at some of these problems. And a lot of these companies don't even have, like, big companies don't even have mannequins that are bigger, that have larger proportions to try and, drape this stuff as they're going through that process. So there's a lot there that needs to be considered and they need to be thinking about when they're doing this.
Those things are really expensive.
That was something else that I learned about, is apparently
we looked into those and I was like, what?
Yeah.
No, we'll just try it on. I'll just put it on. How about that?
Which works. So is that those mannequins, are they that, like, does it make that big of a difference having those mannequins? Is that
it depends. Like for us, we just use ourselves as like our fit models, or a couple of friends. I mean, we're gonna have to get some new ones now that we've moved, but we kind of used actual people instead of like a form or a mannequin. But sometimes it's nice to, when you're looking at it, to see it on an actual, that body type. Like when you go into a store or something, it's nice to see it actually on a bigger, body or a mannequin,
Okay, right.
I don't think for us, it wouldn't matter if we had we don't need the actual forms, because, once we get the cut and everything and the sizing, we don't need it anymore, because we're just changing prints and colors and stuff like that. Once you get the fit dialed in, you don't need those anymore. Really.
Right. And you have easy access to fit models, which is also a nice thing.
It's better just to use an actual person, I think, for me.
Sure.
For us, yeah.
So we've talked a little bit about the actual sizing, measurements, all of that. Another big problem that I see is when people ask me my size, I am a 2X to a 6X, depending on where I shop. And it just runs the spectrum. So it's this crazy thing of sizing is not universal. And
well, it's also European sizing is different than US sizing, and Chinese sizing is different. Like if you go onto whatever eBay or some random cheap site that you go to and you order what you think is your size and you get it, and it's like, well, this was based on a completely different fit model, right. European sizes, Asian, Japanese, Chinese sizing, or US sizing, where even the US, I think we need to kind of redo the sizing chart, it's just kind of crazy.
And it's crazy because even with companies that are based in the U.S., I can go to one place and I can buy something in a 2X, and then I go to another place and buy a 2X, and it just doesn't fit me at all. Yeah. And it feels like An easy solution for this would be to have a universal sizing standard.
That would be too easy.
So that's one of those things.
We don't want to work together.
Oh.
Why would we work together?
Yeah, we're not going to make this easy.
Yeah. But that's the thing. Like, when I don't like it when a company is like, oh yeah, we have extended sizes, but you have to go online to buy them.
Sure.
Well, I need to try it on.
Right.
Like, I think big guys or body people need to try on stuff more than those little guys do, because there are so many variations in, like you said, from a 2X here to another store. It's like, oh, I'm a 3X, okay, or like I'm a 6X all of a sudden. Okay, great, whatever. Like, the number to me doesn't matter as long as it's fitting me. I don't really care what the label says.
Right. Absolutely.
And speaking of that, we've gotten that with our people ordering stuff, and they're like, oh, it doesn't fit. And I'm like, oh, well, what is your actual waist measurement?
Right.
And then it's, 50 something. Mm-hmm. And they ordered extra large. And I'm like,
that's not going to work.
Okay, well, there's your first issue. And I think there's some people that don't like to think of themselves as a 4X or whatever number X you might be. But it's like, it's your body. Just be comfortable with it and order the size that is going to fit you. And you're going to feel so much better about yourself, regardless of what the tag says. If you're ordering an extra large or whatever and you try it on, that's not going to feel good.
Right. I think you really hit on something there that having your actual measurements, your real world measurements, is huge. And
that's not just I'm a 2X.
Right. You have to know your measurements. No. It's going to a tailor, going to someone who can give you your actual measurements and getting those right, having those, and then being able to use fit guides because we're bigger
Everybody
guys.
has them.
And you have to order online right now. That's just the reality of, if you're looking for big and tall or plus size clothing, you are shopping online for the most part, and having your measurements and being able to look at a fit guide will get you so much closer to the right size.
And just forget about what the actual size says and just order from your body size,
right?
Like, not the 2X, 3X. Don't worry about that. But just go off the fit guide. It says, from 52 to 54 is blah size, whatever, Right.
The thing to keep in mind is it's all basically made up. It's vanity sizing.
Yeah.
It's whatever a company wants it to be is what it is. So that doesn't matter. And you definitely shouldn't be thinking about, so I guess I am a 4X and feeling down about that.
Yeah.
You want clothes that fit, that look good and make you feel good. Don't worry about the sizes. That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So that's a huge part of it that I think people don't think about.
Yeah. So I think they get hung up on, I've always been a 2X or a whatever. And it's like, well, maybe you're not anymore, or maybe you were in this brand, but in this brand you're not. So actually, and I don't even think, going to a tailor might be available to some people, but even I'm trying to think where else you could, where else can you actually get, because I know I have a bunch of those little tape measures, but that's because I'm always measuring me or things or different, garments.
Right. So here's the thing is, as far as getting your actual measurements, I'll tell this story. When I first started Chubster, I was working with a company that did custom made suits, and they said, just get your measurements, and we'll send you out a suit, and you can try that on and see what a suit for a big guy looks like. So we did my measurements. Went through the whole thing, did them at home, and got the suit. And it was totally like the jacket came to just below my chest. So it was like those half jackets that the founding fathers,
crop top sort of thing. Yeah.
So
crop
it was
top suit.
Totally. So it was this really short, really horribly ill-fitting thing.
You're gonna make that happen? You gonna bring that back?
Apparently, I was trying for it in 2011. It was trying hard. So, it didn't fit me well. And I realized that I wasn't able to accurately get my measurements. So you can do it. And many people do their own measurements. And there are a lot of resources online.
Yeah. A lot of times there's certain spots on your body that are like foundation, like your shoulders, your neck, your arms, your waist.
Right.
And then all that kind of stuff. But a lot of the fit guides actually show you where you're supposed to be measuring.
Sure.
Like across your chest.
Yeah.
Like go across your boobs or your whatever, go across there.
And I'll freely admit that it could have been user error because there were videos and we tried to follow along and get the measurements right, and we just utterly failed.
Yeah.
So I was really hesitant to do it again, and I actually went to a professional who was able to get my measurements. And if you go into any place, if you go to go to get fitted for a suit or for a custom shirt or something like that, they will take your measurements and they'll give those to you. So having those is pretty vital, and you can take that and go to basically any website and order something.
And I think everyone should have at least one shirt that's like custom. It's really not that extra. It's not that much more.
There are
to
a lot
get
of
a shirt that's actually just fit for you feels amazing.
It does, and the prices definitely come down on those things over the years, and there are some really good options out there. So being able to get something like that's custom made. Yeah, you don't want to get all of your stuff custom made, but I'm a big advocate for if you get something and it's a little too big and you can get it tailored or altered.
Yeah, if it's a good piece. Do it. I mean, like you were saying, how like it was so blousy and this and the shoulders and the arm, like that's too many things,
right?
Like if it's just it's too long, or like the arms are a little too long, or something that's not that big of a deal. That's easy for them to fix. But if it's like all of those things, just find a different shirt to start with.
Absolutely. Another big problem that I see with plus size clothing, and I really saw this when I started Chubster, less so now, but a lot of the clothing and the styles that are out there for bigger guys are made for someone who is much older. And they aren't thinking about, when I started, the thing I would always say is I could find things that would work for my dad, like a Sopranos tracksuit or Hawaiian shirt, and that was it. And that wasn't what I wanted to wear.
Yeah. Or the golf clothes.
Yep. Totally.
Like golf polo or something.
Totally.
Yeah.
You would find those kind of styles, and that's not something that a younger guy is interested in wearing.
I don't want to wear that all the time.
Right.
My velour tracksuit.
Exactly. It's nice to have. You pull it out on occasion.
Yeah.
But
that theme night party or whatever.
Right. Yeah. But it's, just being able to find things that you actually want to wear in your size.
Yeah, they're on trend.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for me, when I started, it was really just about, when I started Chubster, it was just about being able to find the things that I was seeing in the mall and seeing in the mainstream in my size.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted.
And I think because I've gotten, friends or whatever, they're like, oh, can you help me pick things? Or where do you shop and where do I go? And it's like, I feel like they're just yearning for, somebody to bring them I see, like you said, at the mall, all these people wearing whatever it is, like shorter shorts are coming back in. I can't find it in the big and tall.
Where are they for the big guys?
Where are they for the big guys? All I can find are cargo shorts. And I personally feel like those are the worst idea ever.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It's just those modern touches to things when you're thinking about even, jeans, they're starting to get that now. They're starting to do, cuts that aren't as flowy and baggy,
Yeah. But I think, what do they call that? Sometimes they call it like, slim fit or whatever. And don't get thrown just because you're a big guy that you can wear slim fit jeans. It just means that they're towards the bottom, they're a little tighter.
Right.
They're not like super skinny.
You find something that's tapered.
Yeah, tapered.
Tailored.
Levi's
does an athletic fit, which is for guys with big thighs. So you got a bigger thigh. It's it'll fit around that, but it's tight. It's tight enough that it has a modern look, but
it's fitted.
Yeah, it's fitted,
not tight.
Right. It's fitted, and it has that stretch fabric in it. So so you can do yoga in these bad boys
with stretch.
And you're good.
Give me a little stretch in my shorts.
Totally.
And I'm fine. Yeah, like with the cargo shorts, it adds more bulk to you already.
Right.
I don't care. Like, I have all these things to carry. What are you carrying?
Right.
Your phone, your keys, your wallet.
Yeah. Right.
If you need something else, get a backpack or a fanny pack.
Have you seen the lower fanny pack? Have you seen the lower profile cargo shorts where the pockets don't stick out quite as much? They've started to make some of these where it's a little more of a modern short that's a little more.
What does the pocket go in?
It conforms to your leg a little more, but the pocket doesn't quite stick out. You know how
it's
cargo
just like
shorts,
this big,
like you're on a survivalist weekend or something.
You're in the city. You're not
right.
What do you need?
Exactly. So with these, you don't have to worry about that. It's it's a little more cropped. They stay closer to your leg. That could be.
Look. I guess if I see anything with a pocket on the side, I'm just like, no.
Yeah. Right.
Automatically, I'm just like, no. That makes my legs look that much bigger. Or if you do put anything in there, it's like. You walk and it's like flying all over the place.
I never put anything in those pockets anymore. I learned, 10 or 15 years ago when they were big, don't do that anymore. So yeah, it's, I think they're trying to push it as like they're back. It's it's one of the things that apparently you can find out there.
Because I did see them and I was like, well, maybe I could, and then they were really long too.
Yeah.
I was like down past my knee and I'm like,
right.
These are not shorts. These are like capris or whatever.
Right.
Like I'm going to show my shin.
Fat guys want above the knee shorts.
Yeah.
That's where we're at right now.
Yeah.
So as far as anybody doing that right now that I'm kind of digging, surprisingly, Walmart just updated their George Big and Tall collection. Yeah. And they have some, I'm wearing some now that are actually above the knee.
Okay.
They have some different patterns. They have a ton of them, and
there's no cargo short.
No cargo pocket.
Yeah,
they're regular shorts with, with an OK design.
Okay. And, it's got a print on it. It's nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
So and it's not like Hawaiian print shorts.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So it's they fit really well. They stretch. They have the stretch in them, so it's glorious. I bought a bunch of them to kind of review and take a look at, and they're great. I was very surprised that of all the places you would think to look for,
is that a Walmart brand or is that somebody else selling through Walmart?
It's a Walmart brand. I think that this is my guess. My theory is that Walmart saw that there are other companies out there who are kind of getting into Big and Tall and starting to do some more modern stuff, and they said, "Well, let's give it a try."
Well, yeah, they can.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'll have to check those out. I found a couple. I did find a couple at JCPenney. I don't remember. They were like Arizona company. Yeah. And they were like $9. I was like, heck yeah.
You can't
But I
beat
don't
that.
think they didn't have them in the big and tall. I think I maxed out the regular sizing ones.
Okay.
Because I didn't see them in the actual big and tall, which I was like, why can't you just, it's the same company.
Right.
Why are they not over here? But
yeah. Expand the size, please.
Yeah.
That's the I have many complaints about plus size clothing, and one we could do this all day. But one of the things is just the size range with some of these companies, where they, if you're stopping at size 40 waist and a double X, then you probably aren't getting what a big and tall person actually needs.
That's not even like the average American waist size.
Right. So it makes no sense to me. It's like, if you really want to make clothes that are going to fit a bigger body, you need to talk to people who have bigger bodies, look at what's out there and find out what the problems are. Where are the pain points?
Yeah, there's a lot of money to be made.
There is a lot of money to be made.
There's a lot of money to be made off big people.
If you're listening to this and you're considering making clothes for bigger people,
talk to us.
Yeah, talk to us.
Talk to not us specifically maybe, but talk to big people.
Yes, absolutely. It'll make all the difference in the world.
Yeah, I want stylish stuff. I want to go to the mall and feel good about myself when I go there. I hate that.
Can you imagine being able to go to the mall and finding
just buy off the rack?
Yeah. I don't even know.
What is that? Buying off the what?
It'd be like getting punked. You'd walk in and just wonder, is this real?
What was his name? Ashton
Kutcher guy?
Yeah.
Yep. Waiting for him to jump out.
Yeah.
I know.
This isn't a real store.
It would be crazy. I would love to see more product available in stores. I just, I don't go shopping at stores, and I'm at that point where I can definitely find things, but for the most part, it's not what I want to wear. So,
I've been in a lot of companies are starting to say, oh, hey, we got men's clothes, or hey, we're doing plus size men's clothes. And then you're like you said, it only goes to 40 in a double XL. And then I know floor space is very valuable and you want to maximize whatever, but I think big people need to try it on more than those, I don't want to swear, those skinny beeps.
And it's not like this demographic is only a few people. I mean, it's, no pun intended, a huge audience.
Yeah.
This is a lot of people out there who are actively looking for clothes, who come from all walks of life. They have money to spend. They're looking for things that fit them. They want this stuff.
More than just a suit. I don't wear a suit.
Right.
I don't,
Right.
I need more than just a suit to wear every day.
I don't want a suit. I don't want a polo. I don't want a tracksuit. I want real modern options in my size. If you give me that, I will buy the stuff.
I'll buy lots. Like I said, I found that pair of shorts. I bought it in every color.
Yeah. And I'm sure that you see this with Bearskin customers. I mean, people who find things, they're finding what you're offering, and they're just like,
as soon as we come up with something new, they buy it in every color.
Right.
And I'm like, awesome. I love you. Thank you.
Yeah. Because we don't find those things. So when you find that, you stick with that. There's definitely brand affinity there. If you are offering something that's even close to what people are looking for.
Yeah.
That's what they'll go for.
Just repeat every time. Yeah.
Right.
And don't change it. Like once you got it and people are buying it,
right.
Leave the fit alone.
Yes.
Don't be like, oh, new and whatever. And then it's like, oh, well, now it doesn't fit me.
Right.
There was some pants that I would buy every time, and they have a sale, buy one, get one, whatever. Okay, buy it, get home, put it on. I'm like, what the heck did you guys do to this? And I'm like, okay, now I have to find a new pair of pants.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's start this journey again.
It's never ending.
Yeah. It's a never-ending story. That's one of my favorite movies.
I feel like we've solved this problem.
Solved.
Yes.
That sounded more like a gun than like a ding. Solved.
It kind of, for some reason, made me think of the Law and Order thing at the. I can't even. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah. So, big points. Get your measurements.
Yes.
Try to either go to a store, and find a place that will do the measurements. Any suit department place will do that.
Right.
I think, even if you're not like, oh, I'm looking, I want to get measured.
Right.
And then walk out with your measurements.
Yeah.
And then actually use the fit guides when you're ordering online to find what will fit your body, not just buy the 2X, 3X, 8X, whatever size. Go by what actually fits your body.
Don't worry about the size.
Don't worry about that label.
Yeah, don't look at that. You know what actually fits you. Don't worry about the label, and you'll be good to go.
Yeah, I think that's important.
Yeah, it's a matter of. The only other thing that I would say is that it's important to get out there and research, see what you can find. Don't be afraid to try different stores.
Yeah.
I don't have one place that I shop for everything.
No.
I don't think if you're a bigger person that you can do that right now.
Well, I don't think you should do that.
Right. You want to try different styles. You want to try different fits. You want
to talk to people. You see a big guy that's rocking some whatever that you like. Say, hey, where did you get that? That is so awesome.
Right.
It'll make him feel great or them feel great. And then you know where to go and get some awesome clothes. Like, don't be afraid to be like, hey, that looks awesome. Where did you get that?
Yeah. We've got to work together.
Yeah.
That's how you find things. That's how you get resources. And that's how you ultimately end up finding things that you love.
Yeah. It's all about the love.
It's all about the love.
Well, maybe on that note, I think it was a great episode.
Agreed.
Thanks, everyone, for sticking with us today. Hopefully we answered some of your questions and solved some problems for you today.
Or at the least, we were able to allow you to vent about the things that you see as problems, and that always makes me feel good.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to Heavy Conversation. Be sure to like and subscribe on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts.